So Watch Dogs, Ubisoft's next game coming out May 27th, or in other words, 6 days from now, a week. There's been a lot of discussion over the resolution, 1080p, 780p. What is the final verdict? Now, at the moment we do have some final verdicts. We have the PlayStation 4 version, which will be running at 900p resolution, and the Xbox One will be running at 792p progressive scan resolution. Now, the thing which has actually been bugging me is I don't care, and I don't understand why other people care as well. It's resolution. Have we reached such an age which we care over such minute details? I understand it's more out of theory, I guess, that hey, these are the next gen consoles, they should be able to run games at 1080p, 60 frames per second and whatnot, whereas Watch Dogs doesn't run like that and also runs at 30 frames per second to boot. I don't consider these things a bad thing. When I get a game, whether it's, well, I'm a PC gamer, so I never have to worry about that, I always get the max everything. But when I do my console gaming, I've never once cared if it's 720p, if it's 1080p. You can barely tell the difference. I don't see the point, and it shouldn't be something which developers should be knocked back on. If they can get a better game by sacrificing resolution a bit, that's great. I mean, we've been doing that in the PC world for ages. You pump in a game, it doesn't run so well, you're like, okay, you play with the tweaks, you bring down what you can, so then you can get a smooth experience. Now, if it was 60 frames per second, that is better, of course. If you've played a 60 frames per second game, the first thing you'll notice is how smooth it actually runs. It is a nerd talk, the animations are better, everything just looks smoother, so it's a great thing to go for. But yeah, I don't care. The Wii U version will be coming out hopefully near the end of this year, maybe even next year, and that being the weakest console of the three will most likely be 720p. Do not care, it doesn't matter. I am looking forward to the actual game itself though. It does come with its risks though. It's jumping into Grand Theft Auto territory. Rockstar owns that territory, and especially with it's fairly recent release of Grand Theft Auto 5, that has really set the expectations high. Like, that game did a fantastic job. You had 3 different storylines. The graphics for PS3 were really good, and there was a lot of little touches. Now, Ubisoft is attempting to challenge the Kings of the Ring, say it's a boxing match. They're getting in there, attacking the champion. Now, will they live up to the hype? That's a really good question. I'm tempted to get the game myself. I'm sure I will at some point. But the thing is with these games which makes them dangerous is, yeah, at first you have a lot of fun. You jump in there, you steal the cars, you run over some people, do some random killings, help people, protect others, kill, do whatever. It's open world, that's the whole point. Check out the car physics, see, how many other cars you can wreck. And with Ubisoft, obviously the big difference being the hacking capabilities, And from what Ubisoft says is we are going to feel more connected to the world that we're in because we can hack people and find out what they're up to and even predict crimes. Now, I was playing Grand Theft Auto 5 the other day with my mate, and I was thinking about that. When I saw a pedestrian on the street, I just went and beat them up just because, it's fun to do so and unnecessary. But you do know nothing about those characters. They're just character 3D models walking around, whereas in Watch Dogs, you can do the hack thing and it will tell you, it's a mother, it's a father, it's a doctor, it's a rich person, it's a poor person, it's someone very angry who's, maybe going to commit a crime. You can look into all these other details, and I wonder if that would actually affect how you play. If you're desperate in the game and you're like, oh right, I want to steal some money from pedestrians or whatever, would you just go ahead and do it, or would you rip out the phone and be like, oh, this person really needs money, maybe I'll attack someone who's rich or whatever. And the main grip is, I wonder if we're still going to enjoy the game once we get over it. And by that I mean the initial wow factor. Once we get over hacking things, hacking camera, security, ATMs, cars, everything, once we get over that fact and we're beating the game its main missions, I'm really concerned what the replayability is. Because unless it's ridiculously fun to go over and over and over again and have enough side missions, you will get bored. You'll get bored of the fact that you can research into who the people are walking around you. You'll get bored of the fact that you can hack certain things. Well, everything really. So yeah, well, in 6 days time we'll all know it'll be coming out. Just wanted to give my 2 cents worth. The resolution, seriously, I don't want to hear about it anymore. It's resolution. Does the game look good? Yes. Does it look better on PC and not live up to the videos we originally saw? Yes, but you know what? The PS4 and the Xbox One, they are quite strong consoles. But don't make the mistake of comparing them to PC. If this is the strength of the PS4 with all its RAM and this and that, PC is just like a Godzilla going against it, It's good enough that we can finally get PC resolutions on the games. Like I was playing, that new Thief game on PS4, and the thing which I really liked is, while I was playing, I took a moment to run up to the wall and just stare at the wall. I was just staring at the texture, texture against the wall, saw the bump mapping and all the finer details, and it was just satisfying, to be honest, to be able to see that finally on consoles. If you did that same thing on the PS3 version, you mainly get, muddy textures. It was the best it can do, Now we finally have those textures, and yeah, I'll be getting the PC version. I'm not sure if I'd be able to max it, but I'll get pretty close. Anyways guys, thanks for tuning in. You've been watching Gamers Treehouse. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and if you disagree with anything I've said, be sure to let me know. And if you agree, let me know, because if you guys don't tell me, how do I know I'm doing the right thing? Alright, thanks for your time.